With the liberation of Estonia, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth's conquests against the Russian Empire are mostly complete. The only thing we need is some sort of border to the Black Sea, but beyond that we are pretty much done. Welcome back to Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, which we're of course playing still in Napoleonic Legacy, the mod for Victoria 2. And we won the war with Russia very handsomely. We have our armies almost all back up to fighting strength. We can need some more infantry on this guy. Other than that, we are pretty much done with that too. So we have to look for new opportunities and new ways to exploit the world order. Unfortunately, we do have quite a bit of infamy that we need to go down. Other than that, I mean, the borders look pretty nice for the most part. Like, the Baltic coast, of course, looks as beautiful as it could ever be. Would be nice to have this little thing too, and maybe a border with Sweden, but that's not really a possibility. And it would, as I mentioned before, be nice to have maybe Transnistria, so we can connect this all up, and maybe also have Bessarabia, but that's kind of asking for quite a bit. Other than that, the border with Slovakia, or having half of Slovakia, is not really an option. We need to take these three provinces. Would be very nice to have. They do cost quite a bit to acquire. It would be 11 or probably less, but still a substantial amount. And meanwhile, our industry is kind of doing okay, but we really would like to have a better industry, I believe. So yeah, let's just make time pass. We are 1906 as well, so we're a fair bit into the game at this point. We only have about 30 years left to play as Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. And after that, well, I'll probably have to find a different nation. Perhaps play, I don't know, something else. France looked fairly interesting with the whole League of Nations thing, but France starts out a bit too strong. Probably doesn't pose as much of interesting possibilities as Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth does. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, we will take a look around the world. Besides our athletes being victorious there in the games, which is also nice. Prussia is still a separate nation, still under the sphere of North German Federation, which is a constitutional monarchy. Denmark-Norway is a constitutional monarchy, but Sweden, however, has become a fascist dictatorship. So that's, interesting for them. The Jacobin rebels and Finnish nationalists are trying to, do their own causes over here in Finland. I don't think they will succeed. Would be nice though if they did. Netherlands is just a semi-constitutional monarchy, so nothing interesting really about the Netherlands here. Wallonia, absolute monarchy actually. France and let's go for the Gurkhas. France and the British Union are both republics of various sorts. Actually, a presidential dictatorship, pretty much the same thing. Am I right? Am I right? Probably. Switzerland, of course, being a republic. Austria, a republic. Czechoslovakia is actually a constitutional monarchy. This is the most dysfunctional Czechoslovakia I've ever seen, but they are doing their part. There's a dictatorship. Proletarian dictatorship in Serbia, even. And there's also one over here in People's Republic of Rome that's still lasting. Absolute monarchy of Italy. Constitutional monarchy, blah blah blah. Ottoman Empire being the usual thing. Napoleonic Spain being a thing over there. And over here we have United States of America, which still has not taken the Native Confederation. It seems they have a war for it though. So there's the Fourth Imperial Liberation of Colombia, Alberta. The British Empire becomes... oh yeah, that's war. That war is still going on. So it's nothing to do with the Native Confederation. Would be pretty fun if they could survive until the end. I would like that quite a bit. But what can you do? Mexico, nothing interesting there. Gran Colombia, still a thing. Reino Unido, still a thing too. And Southeast Africa, being a thing. Well along into this game. The Qing Empire is doing fine. So is French Korea. But here are things happening in India. The Mughal Empire is still at large and seemingly has expanded quite a bit. And Bengal is spread across the world. So Bengal seems to have had some issues that they probably will work out, or hopefully anyway. What to do now? Social science would be good for education efficiency, but too costly for its price. Let's go for electrical power generation. As I mentioned before, focusing on the industry. Getting the industry back up. In fact, we will let everyone deal with their own problems. We will focus only on craftsmen now. Craftsmen everywhere. Or mostly in the main population areas. Of course, so let's see, craftsman was it? There we go. And then everything else will just have to deal. We are probably raising education or administration spending a bit. So everyone will be, or at least some people will try to become bureaucrats, and then we can lower it in the future. Sure, right now we'll probably lose some money, but we have 4 million saved up, so it should be fine. And we have the Liberal Party ruling our government, hopefully in a very wise way. So wood, I'm not a big fan of wood. Let's see, here we have 2 artillery and 1 hussar. Here we have a big army, should probably split that one up and into 2 different parts. Cairo is our main gathering point after all. So with our main armies being... Wait, this is not the division I wanted it to have. So this one got 1 too many engineers. So give 1 engineer over here and give 1 of the infantry over here. So it'd be this difficult to split down the middle. There and there. See, wasn't that hard? It was quite easy when you think about it. But anyway, they got it done. So considering that, we have 2 artillery and 1 hussar. So we need 1 artillery in Africa. We need 1 engineer, and then we need about 5 infantry or so. And we can make them all meet up in Cairo. It will be glorious. Would be wonderful to have Ethiopia as well, but we need to spend infamy on it. And I want to have the infamy for when we can really grab things. And Sinai can now become a proper state. This is no longer a colony of Poland-Lithuania, no. The people of Sinai, they are Polish people, just like anyone else. Just like the people in Danzig, just like the people in Warsaw. They are Polish. Sinai is just another Polish province. Just like Masovia. And it's the same in West Galicia. They are as Polish as any other part of the country. They're not a colony anymore. Sinai. Helps that very few people live there. We will obviously attend. Suez. Perhaps we should free the... What was I going to say? Perhaps we should free... Do we have that ability to make Israel? That was what I was going for. If we put them under our sphere, will we then be able to make Israel? Oh, naval logistics. Reform the Polish-Lithuanian colonial army, definitely. Definitely want to do that. And we're going to take up the cause of Trieste as well, prevent Austria from taking them, or Hungary from taking them, or Italy from taking them. Everyone wants Trieste. Yeah, Illyria, Slovenia, Trieste wants Trieste, and Austria wants Trieste. Let's go for liberal. We're doing pretty fine with the economy that we have, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. The only problem with them is that they're actually pro-military. So these are probably the best you can get, at least right now. Encourage Arab nationalism is a thing we could do. If we are at war with the Ottoman Empire, we could do that. So perhaps we should go to war with them just so we can activate it. That would be a douche move. The Ottoman Empire, we could put you under our sphere, except that you hate us, so that's not really a possibility. You hate us and you have more population and you have other national investors. Actually, it's just the population overall that is causing that issue. But we have much more score. Oh, what happened to the Ottoman Empire? Oh, I thought they looked like they disappeared from the list, but I think they just went up a little bit. So that's pretty good. Good for them, not me. British Union is leading still. France, United States, North German Federation, I mean, Polish-Lithuania. Or Poland-Lithuania, I mean. Getting some more coal production and steel production could be pretty fun. What are we producing? We are producing 65% of the rubber in the world. We are producing 25% of the canned food. We are a massive producer of canned food. Could do with some more artillery, and we would like to have a sustained production of military goods. That would be pretty nice, but can't get everything. We're also producing 36% of the world's oil, and now we have probably even more of the rubber, since more provinces went to that. So yeah, we are controlling valuable things. Very valuable. That can be sold to other countries for a huge profit. We're producing also a lot of, let's see, state capitalism. Let's go for laissez-faire. We're producing a lot of glass, probably to encourage our liquor production, which is 17% of the world's liquor. So if you buy a liquor bottle anywhere in this world, most likely be from Poland-Lithuania. Most likely. Not certainly, but with almost a 20% chance, 17% chance, you could get a Polish-Lithuanian liquor bottle. I'm not certain how this war will end. And our athletes are victorious again. It seems like every year we're winning. We're at 1909. Holy hell, time just flies by when you're having fun. And we definitely go for jingoism, which is always helpful. We are now at... we could probably speed up a bit more. Coal is always good. We could have some more of that. We have 2.9% of the population as intellectuals, which would be good enough. And we have now 15 infamy. Romania wants to go to war for liberation of Eastern Transylvania against Hungary. Hungary in turn are in the sphere of Ireland. I love that Ireland is the 6th greatest nation on earth. Holy hell, Ireland. I am impressed. They have a massive population as well. Ireland. You're pretty cool. Pretty rad dudes. I like you. So let's go to war against Hungary. We are poised to strike over here. Should be fairly nice, fairly easy, fairly quick war as well. We will go to war for Jingo, or by Jingo we will go to war. Let's head for the regions to the west of Budapest. See, even the Budapestians are revolting against their fascist overlords, which are not really fascist, they are instead presidential dictatorship. Close enough. Close enough. Oh, I guess Budapest is more important anyway. We still have Croatia, which I would like to see as a own separate country. But that might also be asking for a bit too much. Perhaps I can add a war goal. Liberate country. Croatia. Free people. That will cost us 11 infamy. Not worth it. I don't care that much about Croatia. I don't know why it would cost 11 infamy to free a people. Should almost be the opposite. We might as well just add war goal, take Croatia and then release them and be off with less. The Liberals won again for obvious reasons. Oh, Finland actually managed to become independent. That is interesting. I did not expect that to happen. But we will ally them. They could be useful against dirty Russians if they come back. Which I hope they won't. But most likely they will, because the Russians are obsessed with us. To be fair, we have taken quite a bit from them, so I can understand why. But I still don't like it. I can understand it, but I will not like it. Okay, let's help our poor Romanian friends who are being slaughtered in droves. Perhaps we will reach before the end of the battle. We did. And apparently it's going bad. Not expected. Now it's going better. Hopefully we'll keep that way. It's going much better. We are leading the charge. We are winning. We're good men. And women. Let's see. We have an upper hand now. And the Hungarians are mostly defeated. That cost us almost an entire army. to go through, but it could be worth it. Let's see if the Romanians want to add anything else to the war goal. Perhaps they will. I hope so. Otherwise, that is a big victory. I'm very happy about that one. See, now we even have their support. Wonderful. Now just regenerate a little bit, my friends. Some of these have 0, some only 63 people left of this one. It's a massive loss of men. Kiev. Little Kiev. Okay, head towards Croatia. Occupy Croatia. Perhaps we can send arms to them, just like we could with Hungary. I doubt it, though. I doubt that's the case. But it could. It could be the case. If so, I would be very interested in it. But honestly, at this point, I'm mostly hoping for Romania to add more to the war goal. Okay, we have done with everything here, at least until we are at 1919. So that's pretty good. We're done with everything here until 1919, I guess. Yep. So we are free to do whatever we want. It was naval logistics that we wanted to have for the reform the colonial army. So we should head towards that. It's a better goal than anything else I have at the moment. More rubber, always sweet. Come on, Romania, add something. You know you want to. Probably can't, but you know you want to. I still want them to... You know, they made an update last year. A small one, a beta patch. But they still have not done anything else to it. I hope that they will this year as well. Just add a few things, fix a few other things. Could be pretty good. Would be appreciated. Lord knows. If anything gives them a reason to come back to this game, perhaps they could then learn how to make another game. Just like it. Okay, they added dismantled constructions in Vojvodina. And that's, I guess that's all we're going to get from them. But perhaps we can break them. I'm sorry, Hungary, but you have Croatia, and I want Croatia to be free. And that's not a horrible goal. So we will break your country and make sure that you are in poverty for the rest of eternity. And, you know, then we will leave your country, and you will probably cry. So, you know, not evil at all. Not evil. Not at all. We're just looking out for our brothers that we... Wait, this army is something wrong with. This is lacking things. Oh yeah, we probably didn't need one more infantry on it. So we'll remove these guys who are part of the... whichever faction. And then we will order a new engineer, not in Africa, but instead in from Slovakia, sure. And this one is losing out on artillery. So we will eliminate that one and add an artillery unit to replace him. From, you know, from White Russia. Or Belarus, as it's more known. And then we head back. And peace. We can finally have peace. Do you have 100% war exhaustion? You do. Sure. And Romania now looks a bit more whole. This is looking better on the map. Which is the main point of concern before. The British Union is willing to be friends with us, and the North German Federation, their truce with us is over. They could attack at any point. We need to be prepared. It could happen. Okay, that is close to naval logistics, and now just to make sure that that's actually what we need. Let's see, it was naval logistics. And we also need to have 11,000. What does it say? Note, this decision increases the maximum allowed percentage of non-animist soldier pops in colonies from 1% to 2%. Wonderful. Wonderful. And most of these are not animist, I think. Let's see. There are mostly Sunni. Some animist, mostly Sunni, some Catholic. Oh, 8,000 Polish people have moved here. It's interesting. I didn't know that it was actually a fair amount, more than I expected to move here. And some of these actually have substantial populations of Polish people. These are mostly regions that have low population to begin with, though, so perhaps that is to be expected. Communist rebel organization is not good. Here we have the Fang, and then we have 3% Polish in Gabon. Gabon. Alright, who needed the artillery? It was you, wasn't it? Let's see. It is you, yeah. Now, this one has 2 artillery. Engineer, again. Why don't we do this then? You have an engineer, but you need an engineer. And beyond that, this one needed... Let's eliminate this engineer. Who is it that is lacking an engineer then? What is going on in the world? This one is lacking an engineer as well. This one has too much infantry. Probably not too much infantry, but let's send him back to the capital. Or over here. And this one is fine, this one is fine. So, we need... probably shouldn't have deleted that engineer then. But now I have need of another one. Which is fine. And this one also needed another infantry. Well, that's perfect. We have one over here. No, wait. That's artillery. What the hell? Didn't I say I needed... What is going on? I needed to get rid of 1 infantry. There we go. I think I'm starting to become, you know, stupid or something. There we go. This one is done. This one is done. And now we only need to wait for that engineer again. He needs to have some... Oh, this got done. Romania, we can add you to our sphere. Would you like that? I'm sure you would. Russian Empire, there's a crisis for liberation of Tatarstan. Tatarstan acquires all states with core provinces. You know, I'm interested in that conflict. Tatarstan asked us to back their side in the current crisis. You know what, Tatarstan? I'm fine with that. I'll back you. Oh, and Tatarstan is free now. And then in our sphere as well. This looks horrible. That's what happens. Here we go. Reform the colonial army. Is there anything else that we could do here? Build a Panama Canal would be nice. But we would need to have Gran Colombia in our sphere for that. But we could, you know, try to aim towards it. Let's see, let's go for some commerce and diplomatic influence. Okay, Gran Colombia, what do you think of us? You have excellent relations. Wonderful, wonderful. We can then fairly quickly put you in our sphere. Away from the Netherlands. Away from the Netherlands and into our land. State administrative efficiency, fairly low in all these regions. I was hoping that it could grow organically, but apparently they need to be coerced into becoming them. So now we definitely have the Russian Empire as our enemy. They will want to take back Tatarstan. And I don't blame them. That's a fair amount of population that resides there. Okay, we have a colonial incident with France, which in turn is fighting against the North German Federation. And Japan. Apparently Switzerland is not as neutral as you first expected. We could take something like Uganda. We could take South Somaliland or things like that. Which could be pretty interesting to have. But I don't think we will. I think we will go for additional militancy and stuff like that. Perhaps push through a reform or two. Or something along those lines. And you know what? I think we will go for some more bureaucrats in these areas that have low bureaucratic amounts. There's some bureaucrats here. And bureaucrats here. And bureaucrats up here. And I guess in Latvia as well. Anything else that is a low bureaucracy? Maybe Slovakia perhaps? Yeah, actually Slovakia is on the low side. And then with the full funding on that, we should be converting them pretty fast. Holy hell, you still only have straight administrative efficiency of 75% when you have 1.5% bureaucrats? That's quite a lot. How many bureaucrats do you even have? We have 2.3% of our population as bureaucrats. Or when we need 2.4%. Yikes, that's quite a lot. That is due to all of our reforms that we have pushed through. But sure, still, it's quite a bit. Quite a bit, our bureaucratic state. A Nobel Prize in chemistry. I wish they would say the name of whoever won that, but alas, that did not happen. The shadow of war. Ooh. So instead of fighting against France, we could join France against the North German Federation. So what's the stakes in this war? Force North German Federation to dismantle their empire. That's a noble goal. That's a noble goal. Let's redo the ancient alliance of old. The ancient alliance between Poland-Lithuania and France. We did it once before, we can do it again. Let's ally them and help them in this war. We'll ally France. And then hopefully we'll be called into the war and help them in the war. But that will happen in the next episode. So I hope to see you then. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.